We'd like to say thanks to our studio audience for joining us today on Delmarva Life. To find out how you can become a member of our studio audience, all you have to do is visit delmarvalife.com, click on the show tab, or call the number right there on the screen, 443-880-9116. You know, if you're not careful, addictions can actually just swipe time away from your life, whether it's collecting certain items or maybe social media.
That's right, and we have two guests from the WBOC newsroom here today to talk about some special stories they've been working on. Angelica Spanos and Paul Butler. And welcome to Delmarva Life.
Thank
now,
you
first
very
of all,
much.
Angelica, you actually did a story about hoarding. Tell us about that.
I did. I actually was able to go into the home of a local Salisbury woman. She's lived in her home for 6 years, and 6 years is enough time for all that stuff to gather. And she was able to have the courage to tell us her story, take us through her house, and you know, we got a good look at some of the things she has.
And we're going to talk about that in just a few moments.
Yeah.
But first,
Paul,
Yes.
there is actually an addiction out there. You found a Delmarva woman who has this addiction, Facebook. Tell me about that.
Facebook addiction disorder is the actual term, and I didn't know it was around until I did some research on it. And believe it or not, it's very common. They don't have hard numbers on it right now, but they believe millions and millions of people across the United States have Facebook addiction disorder.
Wow, and you actually used Facebook to find her.
I certainly did. Yes, which was very good. Yeah, we used Facebook to find her. And when we found her, it was amazing to hear her story and talk a little bit about it.
So do you think people are, who is this? Who's this?
Her name is Daria. Daria is 23 years old. She lives in Delaware, and she has Facebook addiction disorder. She cannot stay off Facebook. She checks her phone every 5 minutes, and also she only gets 2 or 3 hours sleep at night because she's constantly on her laptop or looking at Facebook.
Wow. And this actually caused some problems with her personal life.
It certainly did. Daria will tell you that this cost her relationship with her boyfriend. He got to the point where she was doing everything online and not paying any attention to him, and it cost him their relationship. He actually left her.
all right. We
Wow,
actually hear
how about
from, are we going to hear from Daria here?
He even threatened to go onto my Facebook and disable it. I remember one day he asked me to come pick him up from work, and I completely forgot because I was on Facebook.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah, exactly. So she actually, like she just said, she was spending so much time on Facebook, she actually forgot to pick him up from work one day.
Oh my goodness.
That was probably last straw. And you actually talked to experts about this as well.
And we talked to a psychologist who talked about the Facebook addiction disorder and how common it is, and also basically how it can be just as bad an addiction as, say, alcohol or drugs, and have as many serious consequences as well.
So you've got that story coming up.
We got that story coming up tonight on Fox 21 at 10 o'clock.
All right.
All right,
Look forward
and
to it.
Angelica, back to you. Hoarding, you know, it seems like it's been in the mainstream a little bit more because of reality shows.
Right, there's been a little bit more visibility because of these TV shows that are exposing these people, but one of the things about hoarding that's important is it's an anxiety disorder. It's a form of OCD, and a lot of times it stems back from people's childhood or events in their past where there's something getting at them, and that's why they choose to behave in this manner. And one of the things that was important with the woman we spoke with is her biggest step to trying to clean up her things was being able to tell us her story and admit she knew it was a problem.
Yeah, we're looking at some of that.
Like many other addictions, although I wouldn't call hoarding an addiction, the best thing to do is admit that you know it's an issue. And she's told me she's trying to clean. She takes little steps each day, chipping away at piles of books, boxes. She had things in her home unpacked from when she moved there, still that she, were in boxes. So it's something that takes a lot of work to fix, but it is correctable. And we also spoke with an expert from Peninsula who was able to tell us that he sees cases like this a lot around here, and he is able to get these people, clean and back in the right direction.
And like any addiction, Facebook addiction, it also affects relationships. Did it affect her relationships?
She is a mother, and one of her children has moved out of the home, It doesn't necessarily affect their relationship one-on-one, but she did say her daughter has a slight hoarding, you know,
Tendency?
Yeah, tendency with her because of the way she grew up in the home. And the woman says the reason why she does collect so many things was because when she was younger, she was not able to afford anything with a big family, a little house. And now that she's able to go out and purchase things, she thinks she has to do it because she wasn't able to do it before.
All right.
How
And
about
your
that?
story, the full story, is coming up tonight?
Yes, tonight on WBOC News at 11 after the 10 o'clock show.
All right. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Angelica, Paul, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
on
you.
Delmarva Life. Looking forward to your stories. All right. Up next on Delmarva Life, Brian Spiros is in St. Michael celebrating World Wetlands Day.
Lisa, wetlands, they're an important part of the environment, especially here on Delmarva. When we come back, we're going to introduce you to one company that's educating people about them, plus the importance of today, World Wetlands Day. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us. We will be right back.